Always an optimist.
Well, let's try to be. Hi,
Oh,
Peter!
Peter, the man and the legend.
Hi, Ran.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, fine.
Would you like to test the screen sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
You see it?
Yeah, sure, I see.
Okay. It should be okay then. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Mr. Peter,
Mr. President!
how are you, my friend? Long time.
Fine, thanks, Yoram.
I'm so jealous. You have so. My hair is.
Yeah, but I'm not the president. Yeah.
Take my salary.
Not
no
yet,
problem.
Peter, not yet.
That's how he has the hair. And dark.
And dark. I didn't
Just
want to
wait
say
for
it.
your president. It's like in the US. The presidents come in looking one age, they go out not looking as good.
If your wife, she's Russian, your hair should be black. No problem. I understand. Peter, why are you not laughing? I want to see your teeth when you're laughing, not them. Ronnie, you see? Okay, it's about time, guys. Wait another 1 minute.
Yeah, I think we got to open up. Let me mute.
Okay.
Okay, just a minute. Yeah, I can see Martin and Ronnie.
Peter, you're most welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, thanks, Yoram. Thanks for inviting.
Pleasure. Good
Thank
morning.
you
Ronnie.
very much. Good evening. Allow me to welcome you to the closing ceremony of the World Diamond Congress. During the past few days, we have shared our vision for the development of the global diamond industry. This has been a wonderful Congress. I truly believe that the future is in our hands, and this Congress is one of the greatest opportunities we have to visualize the future and make it a reality for the next generation. It is an honor for me to introduce our next speaker. Congratulations, Yoram, WFDB President, Mr. Yoram Dvash. Just a minute, please.
Making sure that our futures all look bright together. So thank you, everybody who has attended this interesting virtual first ever Diamond Congress, our 39th. But like Yoram stated, I am so looking forward to seeing all of you in person very soon. So stay healthy, stay safe, and again, to the WFDB team, to the IDMA team, and to all our guest speakers, thank you. Be safe, be healthy, and Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova, Ronnie, thank you very much. And now, I'm happy to have the opportunity to introduce our next speaker, the head of international relations at Alrosa, Mr. Peter Karakchayev, who will share with us what you need to know about the system of warranties. Please, Peter.
Thanks, Iran. Well, first of all, thank you very much for inviting. Yeah, and although I will be presenting the WDC system of warranties on behalf of WDC, of course, still on behalf of Alrosa, I would like to congratulate you all on this first ever virtual Congress that you had. I heard it's a great success. And of course, on behalf of the company, we're also congratulating Yoram on being elected as full president of the WFDB. And we look forward to working together and of course, working together on the implementation of the system of warranties. So I'll share my screen for the presentation. Hope everybody sees it.
Yes, we can see it.
So this is what I guess Ronnie was talking about. It's a bit of a glimpse of the future of compliance in our industry and the bare minimum of what is being expected from us by our end consumers. Oops, sorry. So as all of us know, yeah, the initial system of warranties was created by WFDB and DIDMA at the inception of WDC back in 2000, and it was meant to support the Kimberley Process certification scheme in terms of expanding it to the so-called industry self-regulation. And back then, of course, the industry had a number of issues to tackle, including the ongoing issue of conflict diamonds, the complexity of governmental regulations, and of course, the need for closer collaboration with NGOs and civil society. Now, 20 years onwards, and in current conditions where the industry needs to live and hopefully thrive, we have additional challenges that we need to tackle and understand how we work with them collectively and address them. It is, of course, what we're all talking about in terms of new generation of consumers and the new requirements towards the products that they're buying. And primarily, this is about the responsible business conduct, yeah, of each company that delivers this product to the consumer. Also, an issue of access to finance and general financing of our industry, increased competition with other segments, including luxury segments or experiences that the new generation can have in the modern world, although one of the biggest competitors, travel, is not accessible to them, which gives actually us an opportunity to deliver what we want to deliver to the consumer. And of course, an issue of separation between the two markets, the natural and synthetic stones. So back in 2018, when the newly adopted system of warranties was introduced, this is the package which we needed to face, and it didn't change much within these 2 years of us developing the rules of the game for the new system of warranties. Now, all of us know that the SOW is meant to protect the integrity of the diamond industry and strengthen the consumer confidence in diamonds by, of course, providing the support and extend the effectiveness of the KP itself, by supporting the industry self-regulation initiatives, promoting and educating on responsible business practices and transparency throughout the pipeline, which is shown here. So if we compare the system of warranties with the KP certification scheme, of course, it goes well beyond rough and well beyond international trade, thus covering the whole pipeline from exploration and mining to retail and consumer. The new system of warranties, as I already said, was introduced and adopted by the board of the WDC in late 2018, which meant that we are now to use the new warranty. The text of it is depicted here, and that this warranty actually covers way more than it used to cover previously, meaning that it is not only about the KPCS implementation and industry self-regulation, but also covers the basics which are meant to constitute the responsible business conduct in the modern world. covering human rights, labor rights, anti-corruption, AML, and a number of issues that we have in terms of dealing with diamonds sourced from artisanal small-scale mining. The applicability in general terms remains the same, is that all buyers and sellers of rough and polished diamonds should be using the warranty on their statements. And the passing of warranty statement each time diamonds and diamond jewelry actually change hands up until to the retail. Now, if we compare the older version of the system of warranties and the one that we have developed now, it's quite easy, I think, to see the better side of the new one. We now have not only the printed warranty on our statements and invoices, it is backed not by lip service, by the system of warranties guidelines. The new system of warranties envisions the mechanism of self-assessment. I will be talking about it later. And as I already said, it expands the scope by covering the basics of responsible business conduct. Also, it envisions an opportunity, a window of opportunities to make cross-recognition with other industry schemes or governmental regulations, including raising awareness of the OECD due diligence guidelines for responsible sourcing from high-risk areas. Having adopted the guidelines, of course, the next step which WDC needed to look at was the build-up of the so-called self-assessment toolkit, so that people within the industry can understand how we actually use and implement the guidelines. It was not an easy exercise, but I thank all of the members of the WDC Strategic Planning Committee for actually taking this long road and successfully almost completing it. Therefore, we developed a toolkit that consists of the questionnaire itself, of the explanatory notes that help the people in the pipeline, in the diamond pipeline, understand what is being asked, and of course a number of templates to make this exercise as easy and seamless as possible. The questions themselves will be tailor-made based on the size of the company, the segment that your company represents, the source of diamonds, and of course the potential membership in industry organizations that envision either certification or third-party audit. Cross-recognition, as I said, it remains an open window, and we will hopefully arrive to a number of cross-recognition agreements with different industry schemes. In my opinion, making the toolkit as user-friendly as possible and as tailored to the requirements of every company that is present in the diamond supply chain was a key challenge for the whole team. Still, the filters were being selected and implemented, and I hope that when the companies will have an opportunity to use, they will appreciate the fact that we try to incorporate as much filters as possible, including the size of the company, meaning that smaller entities will obviously have lesser questions to which they need to answer. Those who are not dealing in artisanal small-scale mining rough will also have less questions. And of course, those who deal in polish have no use of the sections that asking companies to comply, for example, with regulations that are being put on by the Kimberley process on international rough trade. The explanatory notes themselves, they are meant to help the companies to answer the questions that are being put in the SOW questionnaire. They are being made as robust as possible with the core explanation of what is needed in terms of procedures within your own company. And of course, further comments and further reading if in a number of companies, some compliance officers want to go into a deep dive here and learn a bit more than actually is being asked. Templates is also an important thing, especially when we talk about smaller companies and single person enterprises, so that people do not have a headache of trying to come up with the documents which might be difficult to draft themselves. Therefore, the basic policies that are generally being used in major trading centers or in major major retail companies, they are already being presented for your quick use and for adoption within the company. Primarily, it concerns to human rights policies, labor rights policies, anti-corruption, and AML, counter-terrorist financing policies. To take you through the steps, which any company, be that Alrosa or a small trader or a polishing company in Surat, will go through. I tried to reflect them here, so there will be a dedicated System of Warranties website where a company will need to register, filter out the categories that are applicable to that entity, fill in the questionnaire, and have an opportunity to download the filled in questionnaire as a PDF file and either store it on your computer or print it out and have it ready for possible questions from your counterparts, or if we talk about Kimberley process for reconciliation of invoices in and out within the industry, self-regulation requirements of the Kimberley process itself. And of course, this exercise envisions to be a periodical one for the questionnaire to be filled in on annual basis. Initial feedback which we got from a number of WDC members is that the website should be, as it is now being built, should be quite user-friendly, and I truly hope that you will enjoy using it. Yeah, and of course, on every step that is described here, we try to envision that a company will have an opportunity to consult with the guidelines and explanatory notes at any step or any stage of this exercise. The cycle as of next year is quite is simple and straightforward. The companies will be invited to fill in the questionnaire in year one, and of course having an opportunity, I guess, to live and learn. Yeah, let's put it like this. Nobody envisions that you should be able to do it in year one without any mistakes or complying 100% with the questions that are being asked. And of course, the board agreed that there will be a phased-in approach towards the new System of Warranties when it is launched. So it will be a 3-year exercise in case of rough purchases, and a 5-year exercise in terms of all other purchases, including polished and jewelry with polished. We also hope that this 3-year initial exercise will give us food for thought and an opportunity to go back to the drawing board and make the self-assessment toolkit even better and more user-friendly, of course, based on the feedback that we will get from all the members of the pipeline, including members of IDMA and WFDB. The value of the toolkit, the way we see it, is that it gives us an instrument for real self-assessment and confirmation of compliance with the System of Warranties, which was never there before. It's a step towards a wider implementation of the System of Warranties by the whole industry, thus making it a universal exercise and a platform on which we all can talk with the same language when we talk about responsible business conduct. Of course, it encourages also the adherents and those who are filling out the questionnaire to look at their own internal processes in terms of trying to improve them. It raises awareness on best business practices in our industry. What is also important, and we discussed it, I think, also already a number of times with the OECD, is that it will give a basis for the OECD 5-step framework implementation. And so, of course, since I'm talking on behalf of WDC, it's important to say that we as WDC see it as a value proposition, not only for the members of WDC, but also for the entire diamond industry. I guess this is the broader terms here, which I wanted to present to you now on the system of warranties. The plan for its physical launch is for the beginning of 2021 for the whole industry to use. We also have an idea to have a soft launch by the end of this year, encouraging a number of companies to take a look and give us a feedback. And I hope that a number of members of WFDB and DIDMA would be happy if we will be reaching out to them to take part in the soft launch and give the feedback so that we can make the toolkit as friendly as possible prior to its global launch next year. So I'll finish here and so once again thank WFDB and DIDMA for giving the opportunity to present the new system of warranties to the audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter, for your inspiring and very interesting presentation. And now I want to thank you all for your participation in the closing session of the World Diamond Congress. You are all invited to join us for a guest lecture by David Kelly, CEO of the Natural Diamond Council at 7:30 Israel time. Thank you very much and see you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks. You have a mining evening, Aaron. Yeah?
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.